fuck up. All right, you're live. Recording audio and video. All right, let's do this here. Let's see. What's going on, man? You hunting?
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of hunting.
I just saw a picture of like a buddy holding up a buck he got around here.
Well, I didn't kill a buck. Why don't you start the intro and then I'll tell.
Okay.
We haven't done a hunting update in a few weeks, actually.
All right. Is that what it sounds like? Or is it? Oh, ow, you got me. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey. And you can find me on Twitter at FF Larry Monkey. Oh, wait. X. Blue Sky. Everywhere on the internet. Just look for Dynasty Hot Sauce, FF Larry Monkey. And then this man right here. Oh, we're keeping it mauve tonight. Salmon in the house, it looks like. No
there
blanket.
You go, an L again in salmon.
Salmon at Run DFF. Justin Rogers. What's up, my man?
The lights are doing it again. This is almost Hunter Orange. Almost.
Hunter Orange.
Pretty orange. If I was wearing Hunter Orange, people would need like sunglasses because it's so bright. But this is pretty orange here.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I wore some Hunter Orange this morning.
Wow.
And then I knocked myself down a doe. I'm on the board this year. It took me way longer than I expected to get on the board this year.
You killed a female deer.
I did. A doe, a deer, a female deer.
That's
spaghetti meat right there, baby.
The chili,
meatloaf.
What? Spaghetti meat.
Tacos. Yeah, man.
I've read that venison is very good for you. Is that true? Like better for you than cow meat?
Well, yeah, it's very lean. So if you eat it straight up without adding anything to it. Wow. So like a steak, a venison steak is much better. I cut my ground with like 15 to 20% pork fat. Because otherwise it's just dry.
Now, how do you calculate that? Because I see when I go to buy, if I'm going to buy like burgers or something, or it'll say
like 83-17. It'll say like 83-17 or 70-30 or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I go for that 92, baby. I like
I like the 92.8 as well. When I'm getting beef.
So how do you know that if you're doing it yourself?
Do what?
How do you know? You just eyeball it and you're like, it looks about 8% fat right there.
Hey Larry, you know we got these things called scales, right?
How do you weigh? What do you weigh? The fat and then the meat?
Right. So what I do is I weigh all my meat that I'm going to grind. All right. And then if I got 8 pounds of meat, I want to add 2 pounds of fat. You know, it's pretty simple. So if I got 8 pounds of meat, I'm going to add 2 pounds of fat and I'm going to grind it all together, run it through a couple times and be good to go.
Package a deer actually, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a fat deer.
No, and even the fat that's on there, the tallow, you don't want it in your meat. It's real greasy and like sticky. It's not good for eating really. So most people will trim off almost all the fat anyway, and then add fat to it.
So you your doe that you murdered today has 2 pounds of fat.
No. I'm saying if I have 8 pounds of meat, I'm going to add 2 pounds of fat. I have no idea how much fat she has on her. I have not even skinned her yet. She's stuffed in a cooler with 3 bags of ice.
Oh my God.
I had to go to work this morning.
Did you break any of her bones to stuff her in the cooler?
No. I folded her up like a pocket watch. Or, you know, she's all like this.
Like a Swiss Army knife? You fold it in the.
I mean, yeah. Her feet are up by her head. She's folded in there pretty tight.
God.
I went to show the kids this afternoon because I went this hunting this morning, so of course I wasn't there for getting them ready for school and then drop off because I usually drop them off every morning. And so when I got home with Crosby, Frankie was already home. She rides the bus, and I was like, Frankie said, Daddy, did you get one? I said, well, go put your shoes on and we'll go check that cooler over there.
Shoot it, Daddy, shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it. Yeah, oh yeah. I remember. I'm gonna take her hunting in a couple weeks again. We've gone once this year. But but yeah, I opened the cooler, and usually my daughter's like, oh, can I touch it? And even she was like, Dad.
Oh, you stuffed it in there all.
Yeah,
like it was in a car accident.
Right, yeah.
Was it tongue hanging out?
No, its tongue wasn't hanging out.
Did you stuff the tongue back in its mouth?
I did not. The mouth was closed when I got to the deer this morning, and I just left it closed.
Have you ever eaten the tongue of a deer?
I have not. And people do, but really people eat tongues off of bigger animals like elk and moose and stuff.
A moose
because
tongue.
There's more to it. It's a lot of work to try and deal with a tongue, because you have to. This may be too graphic, but you have to peel the outside of the tongue off to eat it. You don't eat like the taste buds and stuff.
That's why
the whole process to peel it open and stuff. And deer tongues are small. I mean, they're about the size of our tongue. It's too much work.
But the moose tongue, it's a big
moose
tongue.
And elk, they get big tongues, man. They get big tongues.
I've
never eaten it, but people definitely do.
Yeah.
Maybe if I kill an elk one day.
How about those? You ever kill a moose?
No, I've never. A moose is a harder trying to get than an elk. It's one of my bucket list animals. I'm going to do all these. I'm going to try and get tags for these things later in life.
You never mixed it up with a moose?
I want nothing to do with mixing it up with a moose. I want to shoot that sucker from like 300 yards away. I do not. I've seen some crap that will scare the shit out of you.
You've seen some moose knuckle.
Easy there, boy. Easy. It's been a long time since I was in the club. It's a long time since I was in the club.
I thought B-dubs was what turns into a club late night.
No, man. No. Not like that. Not like that. I got 3 more shifts. 3 more shifts till I retire from Buffalo Wild Wings.
What?
Yes.
This is breaking news.
Breaking
what are you talking about? 3 more shifts and you're done at B-dubs?
Tomorrow and Friday and next Thursday, and I'm done.
What brings this on?
Oh, I'm too old for this shit, man. When you start work at like 8:30 on a Thursday and you finish up at 12:30 or 1 a.m., that is just brutal.
Why don't you just go in for a couple of hours? You're gonna be like the hey man, we need you to do this. You'll be like, yeah, I'll see you. No,
nope.
You're just gonna go. But what happens to your fantasy football draft weekend?
I'm going to become a regular there. I'm going to go in there like once or twice a month and have drinks and stuff. I got free time now, but no, I'll still run the league and stuff and all that. But
what's that?
Larry, if you were a patron right now, you could see Larry zooming into his Scott Fishbowl hoodie, and that's because Steady Eddie is in the chat right now.
Oh no, he's steady. He's holding it steady at the 4th position.
Yeah, he is.
Overall in the Scott Fishbowl. Are you serious?
And he had a down week this week, but he had so much equity built up that he held tight at the top up there.
I popped in the standings every now and again because I was curious, and I think he's like dropped down to like 140 or something. He was like in the hundreds for a second. Then I was like, wow, 4. I don't know how these damn Fishbowl. I mean, I was about to make the cut to advance. And in the very first round, and I was headed for it, and then I woke up next morning and I like missed it by like 8 points, and it was like fluctuating. But Steady Eddie's got the right mixture.
If I was still in SFB, my team would be rolling right now. But
would it?
Well, Josh Allen and Puka. And Jordan Addison going, and Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, I'd have been rolling. Russell Wilson's been good. Yeah, I had a team. It peaked way too late. Because Puka's been great. Jeudy and Addison have been on fire. Yep. Josh Allen's obviously been on fire. So
drinking my drippy high soda, my My high-minded cannabis-infused 10 milligrams high-minded soda.
Nice.
Enter Dynasty in the promo code for a discount. Definitely worth it. These are delicious. I've been drinking less and less alcohol lately. It's been marvelous.
Yeah, well, now that you got these cannabis infused beverages,
they're fantastic.
Yeah,
I mix in a non-alcoholic Guinness, which are one of the finer near beers, if you want to call them that.
Right.
I mean, it tastes just like a Guinness.
I can't remember.
What?
I can't remember. There was a beer that I had a while back that was non-alcoholic that I was like, that really tastes like a beer. Because most of them are just, they just taste like trash.
Beck's is very good.
I've not had a non-alcoholic Beck's before.
And sometimes if I'm out with my wife and she feels like I have had too much to drink, she will slip one by me. Because most bars have, this particular bar, we were in upstate New York, had a really nice IPA. And I was just like, oh, man, I don't want an IPA. She's like, it's not alcoholic. And I was like, what? Get this shit out of my face. That's how I was feeling back then, which was just a month ago. I was just like, I was in the zone. I was like, not now, Chief. I'm in the fucking zone. But no. So mix in a couple of beers, a couple of high-minded sodas. Wake up feeling like $1 million.
Yeah.
Speaking about dollars, right? We're gonna add a new level to the Patreon, right? We talked about it.
Yeah. Let's do we're gonna do a $1 tier. Just we want to get people in the chat. It's always hopping, and we like fresh faces. So
yeah. We want the new year. We're gonna ring in the new year with a nice low-level Patreon entry, and obviously, I mean, listen, man, we do this because we want to. We love it. We're on like year number 5 here.
Yeah, we are coming up on 5 years, buddy.
And we just, who cares? We're not in it for the cash. We don't. I mean, it's nice to have
It's nice to have people to chit chat with. Really.
Right. Of course, it feels nice to be appreciated.
This is not our main gig. So, this is your main gig. You don't have a main gig.
Dude, my main gig is harder than your main gig. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying because look, I am dreading like the Christmas break because I took off of work so that I could watch the kids. I am so not ready for this. Oh shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can veer off into a tangent, but he'll be 3 in 11 days.
Right.
He just does nothing you say to him he listens to. Nothing.
Oh, mine said no to me tonight, my 2-year-old, and I was like, nope.
And when you ask him not to do something, he will do it.
Right.
So I should probably do the reverse psychology and be like,
yeah,
hey, let me see you throw that rubber ball across the room and try to hit the TV. maybe I should do that instead of saying, no, throw the ball. What?
Right. You're gonna play this one time the wrong way,
dude,
and you can be like, okay, Daddy said I can throw this shit, and then it's gonna be over.
I'm pulling my hair out. It's the worst. Cassidy's friggin' 9. It's going on like 16. It's a big group. It's like
she's getting easier. She's got to be getting easier at this point, right?
No,
she's not like really independent and wants to just spend time by herself.
Well, okay, basketball game tonight. She's exhausted, so she comes home exhausted, and it's 7:30. I'm like, get in the shower, get to bed. I want you in bed by 8:30 tonight because she was just like, I was like, what do you look sluggish out there tonight? Like what? Usually, she came off a game on Sunday where we were like, whoa, you kicked ass. You were awesome. So Stephanie had plans in the city that she blew off tonight, and she surprised her at the game. And she's like, Stephanie's like, man, what the hell, man? I canceled my night to come and watch this. She was very sluggish, and we were like, what the, So she's like, I was tired. My ankle hurts, and I'm like, listen, dude, I blamed it on the ramen because she was like, "I want ramen for dinner." I'm like, fucking ramen.
Oh, the salt. Blame it on the
Oh,
salt.
dude, it's just fucking ramen. And she's playing and she's running around, and I'm like, I'm blaming the ramen as I'm watching this, and I'm like, Stephanie's like, "What the hell's the matter with her?" And I'm like, "There's a fucking ramen." But she's banged. She was banged up, so I'm like, get home, get in the shower, get in bed. And 7:30.
Right.
9:30, I'm in her room, and I'm just like, "Listen, Cass, it's time to get to sleep, man. Come on, it's
Oh,
9:30." I'm like,
golly.
this is why I wanted you 2 hours ago, because you putz around,
Yep.
and this is where we're at. This is how it is. It's like every night. So I was really tired, yada yada. Well, you got to get to sleep. So anyway, so join the Patreon for $1.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell our patrons, listen, man, we appreciate the support. We love the support, and it's fantastic that you're into us that much that you want to help us out and throw some cash our way to keep the show going and stuff. The show's gonna go. The show's not going anywhere, and we just want more. We want more friends. we love everybody, and
it's true.
Yeah. Let's try to grow our chat, because we really have some dynasty minds in there. Like I said, I am happy to toot our horns. Justin and I are individual 16-team winners, and we'll get into that league in a second, because I would have advanced to the next round if I wasn't bumped out by someone who I consider one of my closest friends. That fucking guy.
Still salty.
Dude.
Still salty.
So, I don't know what I was just talking about.
We're just talking about friends.
Yeah.
Patreon.
So let's get some more peeps in the chat. The Dynasty Mind. So yeah, we're both individual 16-team winners. Would have been nice to say I'm a 2-time 16-team winner, but Justin, ruined that. I mean, that would have been fun to put on the title page. But hey, we got one of our number one guys, Steady Eddie, number 4, and he was in the chat during the draft. We help him out all the time. We talk. Me, you, and Steady we're always in communications with each other.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
So we got him to put on the resume now.
Yeah, we'll check him off there.
I wish I could boast about the DDCL. That's not going to happen. # Dynasty Diagnostic Champions League.
Why can't you boast about it?
What?
Why can't you boast about the DDCL?
Well, I got bounced in the playoffs.
Are you sure about that? Because
yeah, positive. I mean, I might be alive. I know there's 2 pots right now, but I got bounced in. It's a 4. So this is a 48 team.
Okay, because I thought that I thought Jake said that you got in by 0.01. Hold on.
No, I lost. It wasn't that.
Larry Monkey D1 beat out at Eton so Mosier by 0.01 points for the final spot. Where's the sheet that you can see this? Did he pin it?
Well, I don't know, but the Dynasty Diagnostics Champions League is a 4-copy 12-team 1.75 Superflex. And it is a relegation league, so you have to win to bump yourself up to the next highest division. I am in the highest division, of course, and at one point was like the second best team in the whole league. Justin's probably just building me up to kick me in the balls right now by joking around that I'm still in it, because I'm pretty
damn it.
sure
Jake posted it, so now I'm trying to find the Champions League link.
Dude,
do you have a link anywhere? Did he?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I guess I'll set my up. Brock Purdy. How many? I mean, you have any Brock Purdy screw you at all? I
don't have any Brock Purdy. I have none.
Oh God, Mr. We got like Mr. 4 points. How are you gonna put you God, Brock Purdy through 2 out of the last 3 weeks. 3 points, 22, and 5.
Nope, I have none.
Nah.
So I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask in the chat if there's a link to. Because I'm almost positive that he said you're in. Now I am alive in the DDCL, but not in the Champions thing. I missed that by a spot in the standings, but I'm still rolling in the playoffs. This was not a good starting weekend for me, though.
It was for a lot of people.
Well, for about 50% of the people that were playing, it was not a good weekend.
Yeah. Like that.
Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened in the Hot Sauce League, man?
You see, I was confused because you had like a bye, but there's two. So we just went. Okay, we're jumping from a 4-copy league to a 3-copy league. Dynasty Hot Sauce listener. Okay, so just forget it. I know we're screwing everybody up here. We're jumping away from the Dynasty Diagnostics Champion League. We're going to go to the Hot Sauce Listener League, which we will have open spots. If anyone wants a team, we will have some. We have an orphan right
now. One. Right now we have one. It's 42 teams, so I'm sure we'll have a couple more. So we'll be filling some spots. But yes, ours is very similar, except it's not a relegation league. We have division championships, just like the DDCL, and then we have an overall championship, the Honey Pot. You don't get a bye in the Honey Pot.
Okay.
Of the 12 teams that are in there, no bye.
Explain this to me again, and to the people that were just like, "What the hell did he just say?"
Okay.
Honey Pot? What?
So I took the top 4 teams from each division and put them in the Honey Pot, which is
the top 4 teams. No, because we have 3. We were 3.
That's right. So there's 12 teams. There's 12 teams in the Honey Pot.
And you took the top 4 from each of the 3
division.
Leagues?
Yep, each of the leagues.
So
now we have 12 teams in the championship, in the Honey Pot championship.
Gotcha.
Larry, I had the most dominant season in our league's history this year. And I was the dead fucking last scorer in the Honey Pot.
You were talking shit a lot.
I was not. I was not talking shit. I even said this means with this kind of season, it means I'm screwed in the playoffs. I even said it. I did not know it was going to be like this. But.
You listen. I could probably compile 30 minutes of you talking smack about how badass your hot sauce.
And then what did I say? What did I say? And you could do that, but if you don't cut it where it says, which means I'm screwed in the playoffs. You don't cut that part.
Well, when you have Cooper Kupp and David Montgomery and
are you reading
Hall and Tua, your boy Tua.
Kyler didn't do anything either.
Tua put up a Purdy. He had just under 5 points as well.
Yeah. My whole team, man. I didn't have anybody stand out. CeeDee Lamb was good. CeeDee Lamb had 26. Other than that,
yeah.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my players scored in single digits. From a team that went 24-2 and averaged like 190 points a game a week. Out. Eliminated. Can't win the championship. So, not the overall championship. Got to go for the division now. Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
That's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do, man? You got.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Metcalf screwed me. I'm looking. I don't know.
I lost to Jake in another league. I had the second highest score, and I'm not actually not mad about this because it is what it is. I had the second highest score, and he beat me by 47 points. He just curb stomped me.
Okay,
that sucked because I had a pretty good team there, but I have like 6 firsts this year. It's a similar draft setup as Hot Sauce League, so I'll probably pick some future firsts later in the first. But I have 6 firsts going into this draft, so to go with all the young players I got. So I love that team. But I won in the DDCL and I won in the Corona Quarantine League, so I'm rolling. We'll see what happens. And then my 4 first-round buys. So I'm still alive in 6 playoffs.
Still alive in 6 playoffs. That's pretty cool. I guess I'm alive in the DDCL still, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How did you miss that?
I don't
Where
know,
he's
man.
saying he said it twice, I think.
Dude, I've been when did this occur? I didn't even tell you, but so I mean, we're just talking about
Yesterday.
my daughter. Okay, well, Cassidy last Wednesday night had stomach bug, throwing up, just terrible. Fast forward to Friday night, Colin throws up at a
Oh, no.
restaurant. At a restaurant.
Oh no.
We're getting up to leave, and he was just like, bleh. Sunday night, guess who gets it? I coach basketball. I coach Cassidy's. She plays travel and rec. I coach the rec team. I coach a game. I get home. I'm making dinner, cooking up a pork loin. I'm getting stuff together, and my belly just feels swollen. I'm just like, I'm getting a little nauseous, and I'm like, oh, man. And my wife Stephanie is just like, she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I think I'm nauseous. I'm like, I think I'm getting this. I think it's coming. It's coming. Next thing you know, like, dude, I haven't been like, to give you the extent of this. I am 12 pounds lighter than I was on Sunday evening.
Shit.
Sunday evening. Today's the 18th. Sunday evening was the 15th. I'm 12 pounds lighter than I was exactly 3 days ago.
That's
to tell you what I've been through.
That's quite the experience.
And I haven't really felt that great up until I get excited for this show, man. I like doing it, man. And so I feel pretty good now. I even threw a couple beers in the freezer. And that was the last thing on my mind. Yeah. That was the last thing on my mind heading into tonight.
Sure, yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah. So I've been kind of out of commission. If you hadn't, I don't know if you've noticed, I haven't even really chimed in much on anything the past few days. I've been like face down in a mattress. So anywho, so much to talk about. I don't know. We're all over the place. Fucking wasted a half hour already.
Let's get to Eddie in the chat because we got some big news in the NFL from a division leader changing quarterbacks.
Yeah. How do you feel about this move? I mean, how about everyone that bought a Kirk Cousins jersey?
Oh gosh. Oh boy. This is why I don't actually. They're a game. I didn't realize they're a game back on the Buccaneers. Because the Buccaneers are on a little hot streak. They have the tiebreaker on that, so we'll see. Yeah, Falcons changing to Michael Penix. Let me tell you something. All right, the last 6 games, Kirk Cousins has 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions. 1 touchdown in 6 games. The crazy thing is the 2 games before that, he had 7 touchdowns and no interceptions. So he went from like on a heater to completely just shit. I'm not surprised at all. I kind of expected it. And I'm not mad about it because he's just not been good the last 6 weeks. I mean, first half of the season, he was solid, then got real hot. And then, I mean, you can't keep starting a guy who has 9 interceptions in 6 games and only 1 touchdown. Throwing for like $185. I don't know what happened here. I can't figure it out. So, yeah, we'll ride with Michael Penix and see how it goes. I'm hoping that it helps Kyle Pitts. That's all I'm hoping. I don't know what else to say.
Okay. I know, right? So Steady Eddie was like, "What? So what's your take on Penix?" I'm like, "Who the hell knows?" I don't know. You know,
he cannot be worse. He absolutely cannot be worse for the offense than what Kirk Cousins has been for the last 6 weeks. That's impossible.
Now, do you think that this is an offensive, just to the offense? Like, is this like a coaching thing that Atlanta sucks so bad on offense? Is it not Cousins? Like, are they going to bring Josh Johnson in and he'll be able to play like the Jets? I'm like, use the Jets as an example. Like, we're running Wilson out there all the time, and he just was just shit. And then they put in, like these mediocre nobodies, and they're dropping 300 yards. Is it going to be like that, or is it just the offense just sucks? that the schemes and the game plans and all that stuff.
Well, the offense didn't suck the first half of the season, so unless something changed drastically, and I haven't noticed it because, I mean, Bijan and Tyler Algier have been running like crazy. It's just Kirk Cousins can't hit the broadside of a barn right now.
Cousins has put up some duds. I'll give him that, but he had some decent games early on.
Dude, I'm telling you, the first half of the season, including the last 2 weeks before this 6-week run, he was good. I mean, he had 7 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in 2 games, and before this 6-game dud.
I mean, maybe this lights a fire under Cousins, and I mean, I know they said Penix the rest of the season, but
we hear that all the time. We heard Flacco the rest of the season and Anthony Richardson starting again. Which stat of the week, by the way, Anthony Richardson still one game this season with a greater than 50% completion percentage. One game. He is so fucking trash.
He's not good for anyone that's on the Colts. He's not good for that supporting cast.
Well, he's been good for Josh Downs.
Yeah, he has been good for Josh Downs, and yep, he has been good for Josh Downs.
Other than that.
So what do you think's going to happen? You think Penix is going to lead them to the playoffs?
I don't know.
What does their schedule look like?
Well, that's what I was just about to pull up. I think it's a little tough. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I feel like the Bucs have a pretty good schedule.
Yeah, I think they're soft. All right, so we got the Giants, Commanders, Panthers. Let's see here.
1 loss, 1 definite loss.
Okay, so yeah, Commanders. That could be a 2-1 stretch. That's not unreasonable.
The Bucs are probably going 2 for 2 here. Cowboys.
You mean 3-0?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at MFL, which doesn't include the last game.
Oh, okay. So they have the Cowboys, Panthers, and Saints. So they need to lose one of those games for Atlanta to have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Man, I don't even know. There's so much to get into.
It's tough to bet on any of those 3.
Yeah.
It's tough to bet on the Cowboys, the Panthers, or the Saints, especially because the Saints are running out Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener. The Panthers, yeah, and the Cowboys have Cooper Rush.
Panthers, I mean, every quarterback so far, the quarterbacks that have hit the field have been pretty good this year. Rookie quarterbacks,
sure.
JJ McCarthy hasn't, but
he hasn't played. So, like you said, the ones that have hit the field. I mean, obviously, Jaden Daniels is having one of the greatest rookie seasons. Bo Nix is playing really well. Caleb Williams has had moments. I mean, he really hasn't been bad. It's just you're comparing him to the guys who light it up early. So yeah, we'll see. You know, Drake May's been good. Drake May's been pleasantly surprising.
Yep.
So we'll see. Maybe Penix is the 5th of the group to, come in and ball out a little bit.
It's amazing. I don't know. What were we just talking about?
Well, we were talking about Penix and rookie quarterbacks. But, yeah.
Penix and rookie quarterbacks.
Any trades this week that you're looking to make? Because I have a couple offers out there, and I'm hoping
I mentioned, and who knows if anyone even is listening to me, in the DDCL chat, hotter than a hoochie coochie. Put a poll. He needs 2 starters here. Start 2. Superflex start 2, different league. I don't know what the hell different league means. He just wants 2 starters.
He's not talking about the DDCL.
Oh, not this league. Gotcha. Okay, if you're starting 2, who are you picking out of these 5 guys?
Yeah.
Who's Mr. Unlimited?
I don't know. I saw that earlier and I was like, wait, who is that?
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's say 4 guys until someone tells us who hell.
Is that Russ Wilson? It is. It's Russ. It's Russ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Penix, Tua, Stafford, Cooper Rush, and Russ Wilson.
Yeah.
You got to pick 2?
Yeah.
For this week. This is a big week because this is week 15. This is like, well, it's the equivalent of championship weekend, which advances to the Super Bowl. So, but we usually call our Super Bowls championships. Unless you're Michael Sipes, FF Blitz refers to them as fantasy bowls.
Right.
Right.
I can't.
You ever say the fantasy bowl? Have you ever said the fantasy bowl?
I'm not. I just call it championship.
I say title game sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So Pittsburgh has Baltimore, which actually is not that bad of a matchup. So that's Mr. Unlimited's. Let's see. The Rams play the Jets. That's not a great matchup.
And the weather is going to be in the 20s and it's windy sometimes in MetLife.
Yeah, I haven't checked to see what the weather looks like.
So you have the LA indoor dome Rams playing in East Rutherford in 20-degree, breezy, windy, potentially, whatever, 15-mile-an-hour winds.
All right, so Tua has the Niners. It's in Miami. So that's
okay.
something. I'd probably lean toward starting Tua in there, even after the dud.
I totally expect to bounce back.
I cannot put Cooper Rush in there. Can't do it.
Even in
what's funny is this poll just ended.
Oh, did it? Okay, well, hold on. Let's run through it first.
Literally in the last minute, it just ended.
Nice.
Yeah, and I couldn't start Penix this early. I mean, I know it's a good matchup with the hapless Giants, but still.
Yeah, I mean, this is Tua and Russ Wilson.
I think so. That's exactly
right. If I had to pick a third,
it's Stafford for me.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'm a big over/under guy.
Sure. What's the implied total?
The over/under in the game is like 51.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about the total over/under. I want to know the implied total for. So if you look at the over/under and you look at the spread, you can get the implied total for the Rams.
Like when it says 140 or something like that?
No. Like it'll say like the spread is -6 or something. That means you can. So it's 3.5 to the Rams. Total over/under is 46.5. That means that they're projected for like 25 points. To the
playing at home. I mean, I could almost. Yeah, I'm not starting Cooper Rush, man. Get out of here.
No way.
Of course it's going to be. Oh, my God. I'm about to die.
You can get it. Larry just got a dry spot in his throat. So. He's got the drippy, and he's still on mute.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm off now. Next.
No way I'm trusting Cooper Rush with any playoff aspirations. And I'm not doing it with a rookie in his first start either.
Now, were you a pro Flacco guy last year at this time?
Well, yeah, but Flacco had already had a few games.
Yeah. Well, Cooper Rush has played.
I was not pro Flacco going into that. Like when he first started starting, I was like, oh no, I ain't messing with that. But he got hot, and I absolutely was like, all right, I'm in. Give me some of that action. You remember? I told everybody to start him against the Jets, and you were like, oh no, it's a terrible idea. And they lit y'all up for 3 touchdowns in the first half.
I just talked about that. I talked about that at the basketball game tonight with
he had 309 yards and 3 tutties in that game. They won 37
with one of the Daddios. I won the Daddios League because the guy I was playing in the title game bench had Flacco and Mahomes. It's a super flex. I just remember he had Flacco in with Mahomes on the bench, and at like 2 minutes to kick off, he swapped out Mahomes for Flacco.
Yeah,
God, and Flacco, and he would have won if he had kept Flacco in, because Flacco, like you said, threw for like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Right. Some absurd. He came out, and this was the first time I had ever I had a bold take that I wrote on Twitter, like, oh yeah, this is what he owns the Jets. Are they know Flacco? Shut him down, yada yada yada. So I never am on Twitter like shooting my mouth off, and I did then. And some guys were like, "Yeah, you think? Yeah, oh yeah, dude." Oh,
you went all terrible. In on that, and it bit you in the ass big.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep. Yeah, at that point last year after week 15, he had averaged like 315 yards and he had 7 touchdowns in those 3 previous games. So he was scoring points, man. All aboard the Flacco train last year around this time. Yeah.
So anyway, whatever. Russ Wilson and easily whoever that first one was.
Tua.
Yeah, Tua. I totally expect to bounce back from Tua. That's how it works.
Yep.
Quarterback puts up a dud. They want to get him going. It's just that's it, man. It's the opposite of like chasing the points. You chase points, you're going to come back. Some guy has a blow-up game. Let me get him in my lineup, and he puts up a dud. It's the same exact thing that happens. The guy puts up a dud. Then the next one he usually has a pretty good output. So yeah, there's no way they're going to let Tua hang out to dry 2 weeks in a row like that. And he's playing at home. Niners are reeling. Oh. Need Garendo.
I just went to look at a lineup. I took Garendo out. He's got another issue with this.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got a hamstring and a foot issue now. So he worries me a little bit.
Well, that's probably why he was a late round draft pick.
Yep. Well, maybe. But it's going to be a tight game this week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. I just created the $1 tier in our Patreon. Yeah. So come join it. Come join us.
Hey, did you see that you would have won any matchup this week in the OG League if you just hadn't been a scared little bitch and traded for points earlier in the season?
Say that again?
In the OG League, you would have won either matchup. You scored the most points of anybody playing.
Oh, really?
Last week. Yeah. But you sat on your hands too long all season, so there was that.
Well, I had a decent team. I just needed all those guys to fire on all cylinders, and those guys are not guys that, blow up every week. They blow up when they blow up.
You wouldn't make a trade, though. You wouldn't make a trade.
What was I supposed to trade?
I can't even remember what I was offering. I don't know.
You get listen. I was thinking about this. You get upset when no one accepts your trade. You're like, how can they not accept this trade? Like it angers you when you send a trade. That's a good trade. How come they didn't accept it?
I just get flabbergasted by people who don't want to make moves when it's time to make moves.
Sometimes, like some guy offered me, DDCL. I guess this guy thought I was out too because he offered me Dak and a second for Baker, which would have left me for nothing with just fucking 5 Point Purdy.
Oh, right.
Now his new name, 5 Point Purdy. I'm calling him that. Writing it down.
I just saw it happened in there's a very, very similar trade that happened in the Hot Sauce League, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it just happened a little bit ago while we were airing. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans for Dak and TJ Hawkinson.
One heavy tight end premium in the Dynasty Hot Sauce League.
Tight end premium, yeah, 2.0.
So it was 2, right? It works out.
It's 1.75 plus first down bonuses. It equates to about 2.0.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Baker
Evans for Dak and Hawk.
That's a nice one.
And it's a good one. I think it works well for both sides. Dickey needed points. So, yeah. Good for him.
So, what the hell is that?
That's my wife. She just snuck in probably a little bit buzzed from her work thing. She just sat down and started watching reels right here. I'm like trying to hit the mute button.
Nice. I did
don't
not
even know why she's hanging out in here right now.
Nice.
She wants to be around me because she's buzzed.
Well, it's that salmon colored T-shirt. Probably she's
You get the volume turned down on that, honey. Just all the way down. Turn the volume down.
He's got his mauve.
Volume down.
Rocking that mauve. What's that? A carousel behind you?
It is, man. It is. Here, let me turn the volume down before I turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on while I go. Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
Yeah, this is my mother-in-law's, and now we have it.
So where's it? Oh, look at that, man.
I have a little table right here by my head that has always been there, but this doesn't stay out all year.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna say the merry-go-round is out all year.
Yeah, no, and it plays music and all that. It's really cool.
Is there anybody riding it, or is this nobody's there? What is everyone sleeping?
There's nobody on the carousel. So maybe we need to like get some little figurines that ride the horse or sit in the swan thing or something, or ride the lion. So maybe we need to get something like that. I am trying to wheel and deal, and I just cannot get shit done. Okay. I put out an offer, and I want to know what you think about this offer. Okay, it's a big one, so you may want to write it down. So when you get done opening that drippy, grab a piece of paper.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Joe Burrow and Brock Bowers.
Whoa,
it's a big boy offer. It's
Burrow and Bowers.
Burrow and Bowers. All right,
it already sounds like a drunk trade.
No, okay, but you ready? Yeah. Herbert, Waddle.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces. It's a Godfather offer, is what it is. Herbert, Waddle, CMC, and Goddard.
CMC Goddard.
The 104 and my very late 2026 first. So the way I figured it is Herbert and the 104 for Burrow. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
And then,
I mean, it all depends because you have. See, this is
a 14-team start 11 1.75 tight end premium. It's just a heads up.
Gotcha. Herbert and the 104 for Burrow.
I broke it down. Herbert and the 104 for Burrow, and then Waddle, CMC, Goddard, and my 26 first for Bowers.
Waddle, CMC, Goddard, and a 26 first for Bowers.
It's a late 26 first. So,
you know what, dude? Give me Burrow and Bowers.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. But this guy also, I mean, he needs players. Obviously, he's not in the playoffs.
Because Waddle's going to give you what he gives you. This is Waddle. He's an injury guy.
You want to know this guy's wide receivers?
Sure. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, it's actually not that bad. He's got Nico Collins there. I was trying to figure out where his.
I don't know why he would want, because if his team sucks. Well, I'm looking at he's got Burrow and Bowers. Those are like cornerstone guys.
Sure.
Where's the cornerstone? Who's the cornerstone here? There's Herbert. I mean, Herbert's like.
Well, he's got Mahomes.
Low end wide receiver 1.
Yeah, he could call Mahomes his cornerstone guy, and Nico Collins his cornerstone guy. Like
Waddle, CMC, and Goddard though are just.
I'm hoping that he'll do it because he needs pieces. Mm-hmm. Like that's the big thing when you have a 14-team start 11, you need pieces. You got to have starters.
Yes. And
some of the players that he was having to run out there, you're like, oh no, that ain't.
Well, it's also just poor timing with all three of those guys hurt.
Well, he's not playing, so that's the advantage there. Is that obviously
hurt guys, right? Yeah,
right, yeah.
So the only thing that's attractive is the 104 and Herbert. But if I have Burrow, I'm not attracted to Herbert. But the 104, so it's like it really is just. Ugh. Waddle, CMC, and Goddard are they're just in a like specifically those three guys too. Like Goddard's almost. I feel like Goddard's kind of worthless, and I paid a second for him. I gave up a 25-second for him like a year ago. CMC is worth nothing to me. I don't want CMC. Yeah, I'm not even paying a second for CMC. I don't even give a shit about CMC.
I might pay a second for CMC.
I think that's it for him, man. I don't think he's ever going to come back and be CMC.
Maybe not.
Cutting logs over there. Is that your wife? Your wife passed out on the floor. What's she doing?
My dog just sat down and started snoring, sitting up. What are you doing, lady? Come here.
I mean, the 104. I mean, you're gonna get a nice wide receiver.
It's auction. It's auction. So there's that.
Oh.
Let me see if he has picks. I didn't even look. And I haven't checked the rollover either because rollover.
Yeah. If I have Burrow and Bowers, I don't even think I'm making this because I'm just like, it's a lot of.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he decides he's got a decent amount of rollover too. I'm just hoping that he decides he's going to.
Burrow and Bowers are just real. I mean, last year, Burrow was not shiny, but this year he's shiny again. It's funny how that works.
Yeah. You know, he gets real shiny and then he gets a little lackluster.
I mean, last year he had a bad season. Cornerstone.
I just unmuted in time for that to fall off of the couch. My wife and dog. They're trying to sabotage the podcast.
Mm-mm. Hey, sometimes you got to sabotage the podcast.
My cat's back there meowing, just screaming. I don't know if you've heard her. Like, there's a lot going on in here right now.
I heard the dog.
Yeah.
And I meant the canine.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh, I know in Mississippi, I know that the things get a little weird down there.
On the couch tonight or something. You let him talk about me. Oh man,
hot sauce merch. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna repost. Yeah, man. 2025. I'm gonna polish up the patron like the stuff because our old merch site that doesn't exist anymore is on there and
on like the link tree and all that probably. Dude, that hoodie I got is my new favorite hoodie. It's so soft. My little,
is it?
Yeah, the green one.
Oh, you like that with the deer outline?
Yeah, I do. It's so soft. It's comfy. And I was listen. I was at a client's house. It's three ladies because this lady had just moved into her house, so she had her sister and her best friend over there, and they're drinking coffee. And one of them like points to my shirt, like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh gosh, now I have to explain a fantasy football podcast, dynasty specific." To these three ladies who don't care about anything. And I had my my voice in the morning is real deep. So I had my voice and they were like, well, we could listen to you talk about stuff, but it wouldn't be that. Like, do you have any true crime or, and I'm like, no, I'm talking fantasy football and that's it. I'm not into wife drama. Like, what is it? What's the Wives of Atlanta? What is I can't remember those shows.
Housewives?
Yes, Housewives. They love that stuff. And I'm like, nope, can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pimping my
nice.
I was pimping my hoodie and they were like, what's that? Now if only I could get like people that would actually be interested in reading that. Or listening to us, I mean, when they read it, like, oh, okay.
Yes.
But yeah,
I just say fantasy football.
The merch is fire. It's nice.
I just say fantasy football.
My daughter has a PJ day tomorrow, and she chose pants and she chose her Dynasty Hot Sauce shirt.
Oh, sweet!
To wear to the PJ day because that's one of her PJ shirts.
Today was like ugly sweater day for Cassie. She didn't want to wear a sweater, so she came down in a sweatshirt. I'm like, listen, why wear the hot sauce sweatshirt? You always tell me that's ugly. And she was like, oh, because she's got one. She actually wears it with pride, actually.
Nice.
So
yeah, Frankie
she's proud of it. She's proud of it.
Yeah.
Visit store. I'm about to put the merch site on the Patreon page. Copy. Wow, man. I honestly should be doing this like by myself, you know. But
It's all right.
whatever, man. I feel like we should just do I'll just break this into 2 shows. Honestly,
Why? We don't have that much.
we could release. I'll release the second half of this because we're obviously going to go more.
Wait,
than
are
an
we
hour.
about to do a whole second half of this show, Larry?
Well, we got to flush somebody.
Oh crap! I got to get the toilet ready. I forgot all about that. I'm like, oh yeah, we're eliminated. Yeah, I'm a mute while you talk.
So upset. We put together what we thought when me and Justin we drafted this team together. We didn't even go pick for pick, really. We just we were actually drafted this Eliminator team, FC Eliminator Fantasy Cares Eliminator 18 team, best ball, lowest score every week gets eliminated. You're done, flushed down the toilet. You are a loser. And we put together a great team, and week 14 was the only week we were like, and we lost. So we're out of it. But there are still some who are not. So let's go to the videotape. And while we talk about the videotape, I want to hold on. Okay, since we're talking, you just told me about a trade that you sent. I also sent a trade. So this guy, you know him, J-Pip.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, look who's here. Do you hear that?
Do what?
I just heard. Anyway, whatever. I just heard. I hit the YouTube link, and I started talking, and it was me just saying, "Hey, what's up, man?" And it almost looked like I was coming on the show with me and you. If that makes any sense, as we're in the 57th minute. So, J-Pip posts in the Superflex Army. He's in the Final Four. He's looking for a quarterback. So, I sent him Aaron Rodgers and a 25 third for a 26 second from Dynasty Theory, who currently lost in the playoffs. And it's a 26 second, so it would be Dynasty Theory next year, who finished 9-5 this year.
And what is the third? Is it a non-playoff third?
It is my third, which is the 301.
I don't know that I would do that, dude. You're basically giving away. I think you could sell.
I made a mistake
for the late second next year, regardless.
No.
In draft season.
Hold on, my bad. It was. It's a late third.
Okay, that's more like it. Because I'm like, wait a minute. In April or May, you can sell the 301 for the 212 for the next year's late second easy. But yeah,
that third.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
That is a late third. That will be either the 9th or the 12th. The 9th through 12th is where that third will land. 309 through 312. That's where that is. That's Feverish Finero. That's his third round pick. He's still alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
did you get the deal done?
No, he didn't. He hasn't even responded. J-Pip is famous for that, right? You know that he's famous for that. Like he'll just disappear, and then you have a trade sitting out there.
Did you tag him in the group in the chat?
No, I should do that. You're right.
You could go to the. Is he in the not just the OG League, but is he in the timeline chat too? Because you can go there to Twitter and hit him up,
dude. Yeah. So yeah. I sent this to him yesterday morning, and nothing. But yeah, maybe I'll do that now. Good idea. So we'll see what he says about that.
So the timeline chat is dead. I never realized that.
What do you mean it doesn't exist anymore?
Well, it's there. It's just the only people we chat in the OG League chat. but there hasn't been a post since Thursday, July the 18th. So that one's post.
Aha. So, so it's this is Twitter. Yeah, this is gonna get a Superflex Army.
Oh, that y'all have a Twitter chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, I warned everybody. No one wants to listen. Rodgers is gonna ball out the rest of the season.
Boy. One game, it's like, oh, he's balling the rest of the season. We'll see. I'm not sure he's capable of that arm continuing this kind of volume.
Dude,
but he's got to throw like 60 passes to complete 30.
Dude, he's changing run plays at the line of scrimmage just to throw passes. He wants he has an opportunity just to have the Jets all-time passing record above Joe Namath.
Yeah, that dude's ego is so big that just having some random passing record from one of the worst franchises in NFL history is a big deal for him.
But he knows that his name next to Joe Namath is a big deal. Like it's him and Joe Namath. That's a big deal to Aaron Rodgers. He is a football guy. Like he's an NFL historian. I don't know if anyone knows that, but yeah, he knew all about the Jets. I mean, obviously he could have read up on the plane ride, but like I listened to him go deep into the Jets, and I was very impressed. So he definitely knows that he needs like to throw 250 yards a game. I think it's like 237 yards now at this point, but he needs to have like just like mediocre passing game or just an average passing game.
No, not average. Average won't get it done because he has been sub-average this year. So you better ask for more than average. What is he averaging this year for real? I'm pulling this up. Even after this big game, 232. What does he need? 32.55. Oh, he needs basically 250. He needs 248.
Okay.
Something like that. 249 a week.
Yeah, that's within reach. Rodgers.
We'll see if he can manage it. I think he's gonna suck. Maybe not as bad as TH's team, but he's gonna suck.
Oh no. Say it ain't so.
Oh,
that's what I was pulling for. So maybe I should not say it. Reveal that. I don't want to play favorites with our listeners.
Oh please.
But TH,
he's your buddy. How could you not?
TH turned me on to fantasy football.
Right.
In 1997, I think.
Well,
1997.
He should have stayed in 1997 because his team didn't get off the bus either. So it's over.
Remember Curtis Way? Charles Way.
What?
He played for the Giants. That was probably one of the earliest fantasy advice I've ever given was recommend. I think I recommended Charles Way.
Charles Way.
I wonder if TH could confirm that. We should maybe he'll join. Maybe I get $1 a month out of him. I'll quote TH. This is I piss $5 bills. That's a quote. That's a Ike McNorman quote.
I piss
$5 bills.
Well, maybe $1 this way. So Fiery Zard in the chat. Did you get knocked out already? We got knocked out.
Zard. Is he asking Steady Eddie if he got booted from Hot Sauce?
No, he's
talking about us.
He's asking us if we got eliminated. We got eliminated last week.
You, Zard. Zard, you're not a listener because if you were a listener, you would know this. We were eliminated. It's a sore subject.
I'm on some podcasts. So.
It's a sore subject. Zard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Come on.
But we would have survived this. It was a really tight cluster at the top. Did you see that? The top three teams: 161.84, 164.1, 164.5. So all of them within 3 points, the top three. So that's going to be a battle at the top there.
Yeah.
But the one team that was left that did not get in that was Ike McNorman at Ike McNorman TH with just under 127 points. So you know what? You got to get deep into this thing, and you can't have shit weeks like that. You can't just suck.
No,
like that right there, or like us last week.
I mean, look at this guy, fucking TH. Clearly a Giants fan. Danny Dimes and Drew Lock wanted to lock up the Giants QB room. He should have. Why didn't he get Danny DeVito? What's his name? Cutlets.
Yeah.
Charlie Cutlets. Bo Nix. He hit it big with Bo Nix. Look, he went Danny. Look at that quarterback room. Jesus.
I haven't even looked.
Jones. Oh, yeah, of course, got to go back to the Giants. Well, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, he really did reach deep in the well for some players here. Rostering Drew Lock. Yeah, you see, he handcuffed Daniel Jones in the eliminator.
Yes. Yeah,
I don't blame him because Daniel Jones was bound to get benched. But yeah.
Well, wait. Well, Danny Dimes had 200 points. Well, Bo Nix with 300, 285. He's got decent quarterbacks in this format.
Well, he has 2 now, so and 2 wasn't going to cut it.
Yeah. But he had 3 for a better part of the season. That's what probably catapulted him.
Yeah, right.
Those were his top scores. But then he was smart. He picked up 3 kickers.
Yep. Just didn't have enough ceiling this week. And for that reason, out of here. More dead weight off our eliminator there.
There you go. Have fun swirling down that toilet with your $5 bills and that piss.
Got to go.
What do you think?
I gotta try to make moves. Zard trying to sell me old players. Dude, I have a bunch of old players. My problem is not having players, it's them playing.
What happened? Didn't Zard have a nice avatar? No. I'm thinking about somebody else. Maybe he's got a different laptop.
Yeah, maybe so. This is what the hell? It's just a regular ass A. The generic YouTube A over there.
Yeah, didn't he used to have some fancy schmancy? So I'm in my home league. TH is the commissioner, actually, of the home league. And I'm looking good, man. I mean, what a jinx just now. Right? Just jinx myself?
Yeah, probably.
Terrible.
Jamie with a really bad take in here. Thinking about starting Garindo over Mixon.
Dude, we already covered that, dude. Garindo's all banged up.
And you don't bench Mixon. You got to play your studs. Start your studs, damn it. Mixon is an absolute stud.
Well, there's the 3 words. Don't get cute. Everyone knows those.
Yeah.
Garindo? You want that dude to give you to go out in the first quarter?
And he said the Texans have already locked up their playoff spot. Yeah, but that is not relevant right now. We're going into week 16. There's 3 games left, and there's a lot of playoff positioning to be done.
They're not playing great either. Stroud still needs to
Stroud's not playing great.
But that he's going to need to play great. So
they could still get the 2 seed.
He needs to get his shit together.
Right. They could still get the 2 seed. That'd be big. They would need Buffalo to lose a couple games and all that, but
oh, dude, Jamie Perogue. Yes. Love the spiciness if it works out for you, but
yeah,
you'll be branded a fool.
It worries me that he's got the foot issue that he played through, and now he's got a hamstring issue that's preventing him from practicing.
So Jamie's pumps in the chat here. Garindo is in my top 10 RBs this week over Bijan and Connor. So who do I sit? What the hell kind of question is that? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you benching any of Bijan and Connor? 2 guys that just.
Well, no, he's saying he's got Mixon, Bijan, Connor, and Garindo.
Yeah. Mixon over Garendo 10 times out of 10.
I'm starting Bijan, Mixon, and Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Bijan, Mixon, Connor. Garendo sits on my bench, and that's that. Yeah. I'm not overthinking it. I'm gonna start my studs and let Mixon catch 3 or 4 balls and get 60 or 70 yards and a tutty. At least he has upside. So
yeah, the 8 and 9, it's like, I don't know. Just put them in tiers. They're both in the same tier. I like Bijan, obviously.
Cannot bench Bijan.
They're going to be, I mean, it's like they're not going to lean on Bijan and Penix's first game ever, against the Giants. Right. The Giants, who fucking suck. They're trying to get the number 1 pick. They're trying to get a quarterback of their choice. So
look, Bijan is as hot as any running back in the league right now. So don't bench him. We already know that. And James Conner is playing well. So
Garendo's got like 1 start under his belt, and he left. Right? Or he got hurt at the end of the game. But whatever.
Jamie says when Mixon only gets 60% of snaps, who are they going to give snaps to?
Yeah, Pierce.
They don't want to give Joe Mixon snap. I'm going to pull this up because I am curious. First of all, it's too early to rest him, but I'm going to pull up the snap count and see what he's done. I bet it's super high.
Listen, Garendo didn't practice today with a hamstring, but he was added today. So who knows what that means?
It means
so you just have to keep your eye on him. But I don't know, man. Niners on the road, opposite side of the country. At Miami. Miami's like coming off playing like shit, so they're gonna be pissed.
Right.
So you got to factor that stuff in. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a nice shootout. Who the heck knows? That's what everybody wants, obviously. But you can't, what's the over/under on that game? That's a good game to check on the over/under. Miami, San Fran. Well, Purdy's what's wrong with Purdy? Why does he suck?
Because he's missing all his weapons. CMC's out. Ike is out. Debo sucks. He is not going to be carrying an offense. He functions well within the offense. He's not the offense.
Right.
So there's a problem there. It's much like a lot of different quarterbacks that, they're good with what they're given. I don't think we've ever seen him carry a team, over the last whatever.
What do you think of Ford?
Well, Nick Chubb's on IR, so he's a viable starter if it wasn't Dorian Thompson Robinson or whatever his name is.
Yeah. What's wrong now? What is Winston hurt?
No, they just benched him. I think it's a terrible thing for.
He'll be playing in the second half.
Jerry Jeudy takes a big hit with this.
Well, I mean, why would you? What do you care if you're the Browns? Who cares? They don't have a chance at anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's another franchise. I mean, they had Baker Mayfield, who led them to the playoffs for the first time in ages, and then they got injured and they discarded him.
Yeah.
So they get whatever they get.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be. I just don't understand what they're doing, really. Like, where are they headed with this team? They don't know. I mean, Jameis isn't getting another contract there. He's not been very good. He's had some explosive weeks, but then he's had some just awful duds. Like, he got negative points this past week, I believe. So pretty rough. We got a question in the chat. Fiery Czar wants to know where we want Anthony or where we want Gene T to go next year when he comes out.
Oh,
Heisman runner-up.
Yeah,
Gene T. I don't know because who's going to be? Let's see here. I'm wondering what places are going to need. Like what places are going to need a running back. So I'm pulling up the free agent list. All right, so Minnesota's going to need a free running back because Aaron Jones was on a 1-year deal. Pittsburgh, the Steelers could use a running back if they don't re-sign Najee Harris because they declined his 5th-year option. So That's pretty much it. He could go to the Browns. Dallas is always the easy one to say, but then they have Rico Dowdle, and they've been giving him the ball. Oh no,
Darnold
never mind. Rico Dowdle is a free agent as well.
Darnold to the Browns. What do you think?
We're talking about G.T. I don't think that Darnold's going to sign a contract with the Browns because they have to deal with Watson's contract still.
Well,
Darnold's going to get some money. He's going to get the cash.
Yep.
Minnesota would be a sweet place for him to go. If he ended up in Minnesota,
so
run scheme.
What do you think they trade J.J. McCarthy? They must know what they got in him.
No, I think that Darnold walks.
Trade Darnold. Sign him.
Trade him.
Well, they could franchise him.
Holy cow, that's a risky move because you franchise him, you're paying him like $47 million or $50 million a year or $50 million for the year. How do you trade that?
He's throwing for fucking 5 touchdowns. Like
Larry,
he's got more than...
Larry, how do you trade that though? If the deal is to sign him and trade him, you can't do it with a $50 million 1-year deal. That'd be almost impossible.
Well, then you keep him.
Then what do you do with J.J. McCarthy?
Well, you sit him on the bench again. I mean, Jordan Lovett.
That's true. You
ride Darnold until you can't anymore.
But the problem is, okay, so what do you do with Darnold? Do you sign him to a 3-year deal like Kirk Cousins had? Like you sign him to like $120 million for 3 years with 2 years guaranteed, and give him like 75 guaranteed, 120 mil total.
Listen, I mean, who knows if he's got 15 games in so far. He's played pretty great in all but 2 of them. He's been awesome in all but 2 games. He's got a 43.1 in there, 27, 25, 28. So yeah, he's got some big games in there. You got to sign him, and then who cares if J.J. McCarthy? I mean, J.J. McCarthy was raw coming out, so probably it's in their best interest to just leave him on the sideline unless he's looking like some superstar, which he probably is not. I don't know why. I mean, who gets a meniscus and is out for a year? Is that familiar to you?
I think it's just like, let's shut him down and not push anything.
Let him sit. We got Darnold. Let's just fucking. But why? I mean, why? I mean, maybe they like what they saw in Darnold. Who knows?
I mean, clearly like what they saw in the rest of the season.
Well, he's a good. Here's the other piece of it. Kevin O'Connell, right?
Yep.
He's good with quarterbacks. Maybe that was Kirk Cousins, and now Kirk Cousins left the Vikings quarterback.
Well, I don't know, because he was good with the back in the Skins days as well. He basically kicked RG3 to the curb. Old broken down RG3.
Yeah.
Who never learned to throw the ball.
It's a nice season until his leg fell off in the playoffs.
And then never learned how to read his, go through his progressions and actually be a quarterback. That was disappointing. Yeah, I think that I don't know that you can lump Kirk Cousins there. I can't figure out what's wrong with him. Going back to that, but there's something wrong there.
Yep.
So, in redraft leagues, are you rostering? Let's do one last little thing. Are you rostering multiple defenses or multiple quarterbacks?
Yes.
Do you have any strategy going into this? Because I do, and I was wondering if you do as well.
I have stockpiled defenses in my home redraft league, the one TH commissions.
Right.
And this is a 10-team Superflex, no tight end premium with a defense. Fucking TH. Guy, fucking guy. I'm like, why not a tight end premium? Why not? Doesn't make any sense not to have a tight end premium.
Yeah.
I have Brock Bowers. Anyway.
So you wish there was a tight end premium, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if having Brock Bowers, but it would be nice, obviously, because tight end premiums are it's essential. Anyway, I currently have 1, 2, 3 defenses on my team. I just backed them out a couple weeks in advance, and then I looked to see like where they're ranked, and I'm like, all right, cool. I picked some good ones. These guys are in the top 3. Yeah, I had Cincinnati, Atlanta, and Baltimore this past week. Cincinnati 22.5, Atlanta 29, Baltimore 8. Guess which one I started? Which one I start?
I don't want to guess. I'm scared for you.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Terrible. I left.
Worse. There was a guy on Reddit the other day that started the Detroit Lions defense against the Bills.
Yeah.
And then complained about losing by like 0.04. The guy had negative 20 from his defense. You know how bad you have to be like, I'm going to start the Lions defense against the Bills? So, yeah.
I left 51 points of defense on the bench. I left 51 points of defense on the bench, and I got 8 points. I mean, I won my matchup by 45. So I have Josh Allen with the 43 burger,
Sure.
and then James Conner, Mr. Let's sit James Conner, 32.
Yeah, don't sit James Conner.
But here's
I'm doing the same thing. I'm rostering a bunch of defenses. In both leagues, in both my redraft leagues, I have 3 defenses going. I have the Bills, Chargers, and Seahawks in one league because the Bills have New England and they have New England and the Jets the next 2 weeks. The Chargers have Denver this week, which I'm not going to play them against that. But then they have New England in week 17. But that might be the ticket right there. And the Seahawks have the Bears, who give up like the second most sacks in the league. And the Seahawks have a great pass rush. So I'm going to be tempted to play the Seahawks in week 17 over the Chargers. And then in the other league, I have the Seahawks Packers, who play the Saints this week. Yes. And I have the Saints, who play the Raiders in week 17. So there's some pieces there. I do, especially because I had first round buys in both those leagues. I went ahead and dropped the random wide receivers that I didn't need to pick up some defenses with matchups, not only to bolster my lineup, but to prevent others from getting those teams. You know, like as soon as you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah.
Because I don't want to be playing against, the Saints against Las Vegas in week 17.
Oh yeah, dude.
On my roster,
Yeah, totally. I pick up my defenses just because I don't want the other guy to grab them on waivers. That's a no-brainer here. So I have just a conundrum here.
Oh boy.
2 quarterbacks for this weekend.
Okay, let's hear it.
Just pick one. Josh Allen's obviously going to go. Mayfield or Jaden Daniels. Mayfield at Dallas. Over-under is 51.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jaden Daniels playing at home against Philly.
Yeah, golly.
And it's going to be chilly in Philly. Or
don't worry about the cold.
It's actually in Washington, so it is a home game for them. But it's still going to be chilly in Washington.
I think I'm playing Baker. They give up like the second most points to quarterbacks. The Cowboys do.
Shootout potential.
Well, I don't know about shootout potential because it's still Cooper Rush on the other side.
I've been swapping Baker and Daniels out all season, just based on matchups and the fun of it too, because I have this really great team.
Yeah,
and yeah, they kind of score the same amount of points, but obviously you have that Jaden Daniels ceiling where he could hit 30 and 26. Like he has more. He has a lot of. He's got a 9.6 point game, and that's it. Everything else is like 27, 32, 23, 26, 22, 24, 29.
Right. I mean,
and Baker is just like 30, 20.
I just love that Dallas Cowboys matchup.
They're the same guy, basically. Right. They're not the same guy, but points wise.
Right. Scoring wise, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not the same guy. but scoring wise, they're the same dude. Like they've been very similar as far as
right.
week.
They're both successful teams.
Mayfield has been outside the top 10 only twice this season. So there's that right there. He's got a great floor, and against that Cowboys defense, he's got upside too.
Right.
If you want to play, I would play it safe, especially in the playoffs, with similar ceilings and a better floor with Mayfield, because we've seen some low games right in the middle of the season with Jaden Daniels, like some 9 and 11-point games or whatever it was.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Baker.
And Vegas,
he's like DFS choice of the week this week too.
I don't like all that hype though.
I mean, you just got to play the numbers. That's all I'm doing. I'm playing the numbers.
Yeah, it's not like Eagles Commanders is at a 45.5 over, so under, so it's not too far off. But actually, I thought it was 51. I was looking at a different site. This on ESPN bet NFL odds. This is 48.5 for this. So their over unders are relatively.
Yeah, but what is the implied total? So Buccaneers Cowboys. Hold on, let me get to the.
Explain the implied total again.
Okay, so all right. Say I'm going to simplify it with numbers just because it'll be easier. All right. Say you've got a team, you got a over under that's 100. I'm just using the 100 because it's an easy number to see. All right. And you have a 3-point favorite. That means that the favorite is going to be, or let's say a 6-point favorite. All right. That means the favorite is projected to get 53 points and the underdog is projected to get 47. So that adds up to the 100. And then you have a 6-point spread. Does that make sense to you? So you can get what Vegas thinks will be, what they think the score will be off of both of those numbers. Mm-hmm. So they've got the Buccaneers -4 and the over-under at 48.5 on, I don't know, whatever. I just pulled up USA Today and saw it. Yeah. So that means that they're saying that it would be 26-22, basically, is what they're saying. So Buccaneers, giving the Buccaneers 26 points and the Cowboys 22. That's the implied totals.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers 47. Panthers Cardinals 47.5.
The no defense. That's why.
That's fantastic. I mean, Browns Bengals 46.5. So what? Dorian Thompson is going to be going nuts.
But no. Again, I bet that. How big are they favorites? They're 7.5-point favorites. So at 47.5, you're talking about 27.5 and 20 is what they're projecting for a 7.5-point favorite. That's the implied total. The Bengals at 28 points, basically.
Yeah.
So that's important to learn too, because if you're just looking at over under, you're only looking at, okay, so like you could have the Bills versus the Raiders, and you might have an over under of 48, but the spread might be 14. That doesn't mean that the Raiders are going to score a ton of points. It just means that the total is going to be high. The implied would be, like 34. I mean, going slow here. I know the math is getting a little. So if it's a 14-point favorite on a 48 spread, it'd be. Geez, on Pete's 34.
There's some big spread this weekend too. 14.5 Green Bay Saints. When I look at your defensive, putting in your defenses, that the Pats Bills is another 14 even.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, dude, I think it's time to wrap it up, man.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's do this. Happy holidays, right? What's
I got a deer to deal with.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I'm not sure I'm going to deal with her today because it's going to get cold tonight and she's in the cooler. I might deal with her tomorrow afternoon because I have a short day at work.
You busy Monday? Should we get together Monday? Or is that because obviously Tuesday and Wednesday might not work.
We can go Monday night.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do Monday night.
That's going to be a big Monday.
Yep.
Nice, baby. All right, wrap it up.
Baby.
Thanks for listening. Yeah. to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fast.
1, 2, 3, 4.